Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Coast podcast. Today, I have a very special guest with us today. His name is Leo Quinn, otherwise known as the birthday guy. He's got some strategic ways of helping businesses advertise and generate some more revenue, some income, and clients. So, Leo, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Corey. Great to be here.
Great, great. Why don't you tell the listeners here and tell them a little bit about yourself and how you got started?
Sure. Well, I took my finance degree a long time ago and started a carpet cleaning business, as most people do. You can imagine my parents were very proud. But after college, I didn't want to work for anybody else. And with a finance degree, you're either selling insurance or selling investments. And I didn't consider myself a salesperson then or now. But carpet cleaning sort of showed up somehow, and I ran that business for 3 or 4 years, and well, I guess 5 or 6, and I took a class on getting out of debt because in the carpet cleaning business, I was really good at getting into debt. So I took a class on getting out of debt, and I'm sitting in the class thinking, I could teach a class like this. I'm one of those weird people that likes public speaking. I have a lot of funny stories about avoiding my creditors. I could make a really entertaining class. And the guy at the end of the class said, "Hey, if you want to teach a class like this, see me afterwards." So I bought his $500 box of information. And that was in November of 96. In January of 97, I started teaching my own get out of debt class throughout New York State and at various community colleges and continuing education programs in local school districts. And all the time I'm doing all this, the carpet cleaning and the teaching classes, I'm always studying marketing. I'm getting a lot of great ideas for my own business, but also for businesses that I didn't run and didn't want to run. So I get a lot of ideas for restaurants and chiropractors and pretty much investment advisors, all the things I didn't want to do. So fast forward to 2009, I decided that I was going to start helping other businesses with their marketing. I really called myself a marketing implementer, meaning I could get you the good ideas, but I also wanted to implement for them. Because as a small business owner myself, I knew the challenge in finding time to do the marketing, to actually do it. It's one thing to read about it, but actually get out there and do it. So I really sold myself as a marketing implementer. I'll give you the ideas, but if you have the ideas, I'll implement those ideas. And in 2009, 2016, I decided to really focus on birthday marketing because it's fun, it's different. I know I constantly running into marketing people. I'd never ever run into a birthday marketing person. So that's how I decided to become the birthday guy. I joke that I run the world's #1 birthday marketing agency because you can't name another one. But and I can help all businesses with that. But my primary business that I work with is restaurants because I can get almost instant results for a restaurant. We all have to eat 3 times a day. So there's a lot of fun things that you can do using birthdays and other ways to attract customers for a restaurant. So that's a quick 30-year jump ahead, but that's where we are today.
All right, interesting, interesting. So your number one businesses that you can help generate easily is the restaurant industry. Is there any particular size restaurants or kind of gauge what kind of restaurants are more gauged to than others? I mean, I'm sure fast food would be different than the sit down restaurants and so on and so on.
And generally, I'm working with mom and pop restaurants that have 1 or 2 units. Once you get into the 3 or 4 restaurant units, they've typically got somebody dedicated to marketing those restaurants. So it's usually mom and pop, sit down style, not chain. Chains usually have rules and regulations about what can and can't be done. So most restaurants don't do very much along those lines in terms of marketing. It's put stuff on Facebook. It's run that same ad we ran again in the Penny Saver. Did it make you any money? I have no idea. So it's the mom and pop who are maybe spending some money already or putting some effort into social media, but just aren't getting the results they like.
Okay, are you focused on social media then, or different aspects of it?
I'm not a social media guy. I prefer the old-fashioned way. I get a lot of my clients through direct mail, so that's my preference. But I know most restaurants can't afford to send birthday cards to their customers, so I'm really focused on email and text messaging, and also setting up cross promotions with other businesses in the area specifically that know the birthdays of their clientele, but don't have a good gift they can give. A dentist knows the birthdays of all her patients, but what's she going to give? A free dental filling for your birthday? Not very exciting. So what I like to do with my restaurant clients is get them set up in cross promotions or joint ventures with other businesses in the community that know the birthdays of their clientele. So the dentist can send an email to at the beginning of the month to all her patients who have a birthday that month. Happy birthday from Dr. Joan. Go on into Pizza Pepperoni Pizza Palace and get a free pizza for your birthday. They're not going to go alone on their birthday. They're going to bring 2 or 3 other people. They're going to get on the restaurant's birthday club list. They're all there to talk because of Dr. Joan. So they're going to be talking about Dr. Joan, and she's going to get some word of mouth out of that. So those are the type of relationships I like to deal with. I've never made a reel in my life. I wouldn't know how to make a reel to save my life. I can certainly post on Facebook, but I think mostly it's a waste because social media, the big guys, they want you to pay for access to your own fans. So I can't tell you the number of Facebook pages I've seen with 6,000 fans, and they post every day, and it's been weeks since anybody has liked anything. So I think for most restaurants in particular, it's a necessary evil. You got to have it there. But I think you're far better off focusing on the people who actually show up and give you money. The most valuable asset of any business is the people who show up and give them money. And very few businesses make any attempt to capture their contact information.
Oh, I couldn't agree anymore. I mean, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow, right? What's the
Right.
key 3 words to business? Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And then we can talk about clients and everything else. But without the cash flow, nothing else matters.
It solves a lot of problems.
Yep. It solves everybody's problems. Yep. Reminds me of a saying. One guy says, "Oh, money doesn't buy happiness," and the guy says, "Then you haven't given enough away yet."
Or you don't know where to shop.
Yeah.
Couple
So
good punchlines.
yeah, so you got in this, you got these. I like how the businesses are, you got them working together, from the hygienist to the restaurant, all that stuff. That's a great idea. Now, did you have any stumbling blocks when you got in this, like maybe some bad ideas that happened,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm a king of bad ideas. Let me just think. Last year I sent, in terms of marketing, you mean? I thought it'd be brilliant to send birthday cakes to 30 area restaurant owners. Just I had somebody deliver a birthday, had happy birthday, John, or happy birthday, Bill. And I didn't know what their birthday was. I didn't hear from anybody that had actually arrived on their birthday, none of those big coincidences. But it didn't lead to anything. I got one guy thought it was great, followed up, nothing, didn't lead to anything. Another person said they were selling the business in a couple months. So check back with the new owners. But it didn't really lead to anything. But so I've done a lot of, I'm a lumpy mailer guy. So I've mailed weird things in the mail. Like I've sent live working cell phones to people. I've sent things like easy buttons to people I've wanted to do business with. So I've gotten a call from a police department based on a mailing I did. That was actually a profitable mailing. I spent $65 on it, and I made $850 on it. So that was a success in that respect. But I got the call from the police department asking me what the nature of my business. Did you send a library book to this dentist? Yes, I did. Blah blah blah. But it all worked out fine, and I now have a funny story to tell about getting a call from a police department. But
Nice.
so yeah, so if you're not making mistakes, you're not really trying too hard.
Yeah, no, it sounds like you've been through from the ups and the downs, and you kind of get it leveled out though now a little bit. It sounds like, and getting it kind of figured in and dialed in for everybody that you help.
Well, I've got my niche down, and the number that you can see behind me is 109. In May, I did 107 networking events, virtual networking events, and that was my goal. And I learned something important during those. The first 19, when at these things you're typically allowed to give yourself a little introduction. So I said I help businesses get and keep customers coming back more often using birthdays, and I got some interest in that. Birthdays is different. People were interested in the goal of 100, and I got 107. But once I changed it to I help restaurant owners get and keep customers coming back more often using birthdays, then I really started getting the deal flow. Oh, I know a restaurant owner. Oh, my brother-in-law is a restaurant owner. I work in a restaurant. So that's really the advice I give to people if they're doing networking or any kind of business. Pick a niche, and I know you don't want to do that. I know you want to be a bookkeeper to every single business out there, but A gentleman in one of the sessions I attended said, when you aren't specific about who you want to help or who you like helping, you're giving the person listening to you a project, a puzzle. You're giving them a puzzle to solve. And we don't want to solve your puzzle. We got enough puzzles of our own. We don't have to solve your puzzle. So you're going to find if you're doing networking and getting out there and meeting people, if you're more specific about what you do or who you can help, you're going to get a lot more deal flow, I think, from that. And I just use myself as an example. First 19 meetings, not much. After that, getting a lot of deal flow.
Nice, nice, nice. So we got all these restaurant owners. Hopefully we got restaurant owners listening to us today, right? But we'll make sure of it. Anyways, so the advice of the restaurant owner, you come in, are you going to do how do you get started with them? What's their process that they can look forward when they meet you?
Sure. Well, obviously we'll figure out what they're doing at this point, if anything. I don't have a platform that they have to learn. What I typically do is I'll come in and I'll just take over the most point of sale systems today in all businesses have some sort of loyalty feature built in. They just don't have anybody reliable to run it. You know, particularly in restaurants, it's hard to keep employees these days. You train the 17-year-old in front of you and they're gone in 2 weeks for whatever reason. So I really just add some consistency and reliability to that aspect of things. As I say, running the POS system, the point of sale system. If they don't have that in place, I would set them up on something like MailChimp.com, which has email capability and now text messaging capability. But I don't want them to have to learn any new platform. It's really just turnkey. You just say, hey, here's our birthday deal. And then it's my job to set it up. We'll get up signage for the restaurant, join our birthday club and get free XYZ for your birthday. And we get that around the restaurant. Obviously, the staff is going to have to be involved here if it's going to work to the best ability. Hey, have you joined our birthday club? You're going to get a free XYZ on your birthday. And then I'll give them graphics that they can put on their social media to start building that birthday club list. And once you've got that birthday club list, then it's weekly emails with what's happening in the restaurant. Taco Tuesday, Trivia Thursday, music on Friday. It's just keeping your most valuable asset, the people who already have shown up and given you money, top of mind. Unfortunately, a lot of businesses think good food and service are enough to get people to come back. And in this highly distracted age, it's just not enough. You really have to do things to remain top of mind to your customers.
Yeah, I like that. Getting the birthday and then giving them the giving them a free meal or free soda, whatever it may be. But that's the enticement that keeps it, like you say, top of mind. So that person, when they see that again, they go, oh man, my birthday's coming up. I know I can go to that restaurant, get some for free. And then they maybe become a regular more and more. They start feeling that sense of family because they're giving to them,
Sure.
I get that.
Absolutely.
That's a really important point you bring up. They always say, give before you take, don't just take. So that's nice that you're helping the restaurants get that point of sale system that you say already has it probably installed. They're just not using it yet and using it correctly.
And consistently, yes. And the fun thing about birthdays is once you know their birthday, you also know their half birthday. So you can have some fun with that, which is 6 months before their birthday. You can send them a half off deal or whatever you want to do. But, it's not just the birthdays. You can have some fun.
Yeah, nice, nice. So besides the birthday scenario, what other kind of marketing deals can you help with the restaurants a little bit?
Well, I think restaurants should print up 1,000 gift certificates, and it should be $10 or $20 or whatever you want it to be. And think about go to every hotel complex in your area and give them and say how many average people move in here in the month, and give them a stack of gift certificates that they could hand out to their new people who've moved in. And so now, because these people are new to the area, they don't have a set restaurant they go to already. So think about who are the big hotel complexes apartment complexes in the area, and give them a stack of gift certificates. Now, what I call gift certificates advertising you only have to pay for if it works. So yes, you're going to have to get 1,000 gift certificates printed up, which is very inexpensive to do, and just go to a car dealer and say, hey, here's a stack of gift certificates. Everybody you sell a car to, give them a gift certificate to my restaurant as a bonus for buying a car. Or maybe they do a test drive. Come on, test drive a car this weekend, and we're going to give you a $20 gift certificate to Pizza Pepperoni Pizza Palace. So it's distributing gift certificates willy-nilly in the area. Give them to your employees, give them to anybody, and just say, hand out these gift certificates, and you only pay if they come in. And I know business owners who don't do the math don't like that idea. I have all these gift certificates. Well, you put all the disclaimers on there, one per table, one per customer, all the disclaimers on there. And the nice thing about the thing I want business owners to remember is there's a cost to get a customer. For a table, there's a cost to get a customer to sit down at your table. If you spend $300 on an ad in the Penny Saver and you get 30 people to come in, each person that came in costs you $10. 30 times 10, $300 for the ad. If you run that $300 ad and you get 10 people in, that means each person coming in costs you $30. So figure out what your number is and put that on a gift certificate. So you've given out 1,000 gift certificates with, say, $10 on each one. That's $10,000 in gift certificates. You're gonna be lucky if 20% come back, but they're gonna come back with 2 or 3 people. You're gonna get all those people on your birthday club, your loyalty club, whatever it is, and you'll be able to email them until they die or unsubscribe. So get out there and give away as many gift certificates as you can in your area. Don't call them coupons. Coupons have a stigma to some people. Just call them gift certificates. And if you find a real good source, maybe 50 people a month move into the big apartment complex, maybe you get special printed ones that have the name of the apartment complex on there and welcome new resident, go on into this restaurant and enjoy this $20 gift certificate. So those are just a couple quick ideas.
No, that's great. That's amazing. I mean, your mind's probably always working, Leo. Probably always working on trying to find something else.
Absolutely. I'm always getting ideas I'm sitting up in the middle of the night. Another thing for restaurants is oftentimes school districts will have their athlete of the week or student of the week. You could offer that student of the week a free pizza for or whatever. Again, have to come in and eat. They're going to buy drinks. They're going to buy desserts. Things. So look to be active in your community. Another thing I recommend to restaurants to do is have I answered the email for a couple of my clients, and we're constantly getting bombarded by people who want donation requests. Hey, can you give a $25 gift certificate to this, to that, the other thing? So I encourage my restaurants to set up a fundraising system. Whereas, okay, we'd love to give you $25, but we'd rather give you $250. So we're going to give you some personalized coupons that you can hand out to your followers. If you come in on June 15th, everybody, every one of these coupons that come in, we're going to give you 10% of whatever the take is. So rather than saying no to people who ask for donations, make them earn their donation. Give them the personalized coupon and make them hand them out to their supporters, come in on a specific day, and you do a fundraiser that way.
Yeah. We kind of do that in our Rotary group, and you're involved in Rotary too, aren't you, Leo?
I am not. No, I'm aware of it. My girlfriend is a longtime member.
Okay, maybe that's what we, yeah, we do that in our Rotary group too. The people come in and ask for money, we usually have some kind of like, okay, yeah, earn it, go help us cook or clean at this event or do whatever, kind of give and take situation. They get what they need from us, but they also had to earn it a little bit.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea. So our listeners are listening here today, and they're kind of like, man, this guy's got some stuff going on. I'd like to pick his brain a little bit. What's the best way that they can get a hold of you so we can get some traffic driven to you and we can start helping some more restaurant owners?
I appreciate that. All my contact information is at thebirthdayguy.com. If you're not a restaurant owner, and I've talked a lot about restaurants, but birthdays can be used by lots of other businesses. And I tell people, if you're not in a business that typically collects birthdays, let's say you're in the carpet cleaning business, it's just a simple question. Hey, I'm going to start recognizing my favorite customers with a birthday gift. Could you let me know your birthday? And if they're reluctant to do that, you say, oh, you don't have to tell me the year. I don't want to know how old you are. Just tell me the month and the day. And you could really get away with just the month. And I always encourage people that have a birthday deal to make it good for the month, because people may have plans for their actual birthday, So you really increase the chances that somebody's going to use your birthday deal if you make it available for the month. But let's say you're a carpet cleaner, nobody wants a free room of carpet cleaning for their birthday. But maybe they would, but it's not very exciting. But so send them a card. And here in New York State, I live up near Albany and Saratoga. We have the scratch off lottery ticket. So I like to send lottery tickets, to spend $1 on a lottery ticket. I'm not going to send a lottery ticket where the potential that they could win millions of dollars. I'll send them a lottery ticket where they could win $5,000. I don't want to hear the story of, hey, you sent me that lottery ticket and I won $5 million. I don't want to hear that. I'm a nice guy and generous, but not that generous.
Yeah,
Yet.
have a little disclosure in there. You get certain percentage.
Yes, exactly. But which is, I guess, a long way of saying, if you're not in the business of normally collecting birthdays, just tell people you want to do it. You're going to start recognizing their birthdays. By the time their birthday actually rolls around, they will have forgotten they gave you their birthday. And to get a card from you with a lottery ticket and a whatever is going to be a nice, pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
But thebirthdayguy.com will get all my contact information. If you actually own a restaurant, you can go to birthdayclubmanager.com, birthdayclubmanager.com.
Nice, nice, nice. Now, Leo, the listeners here, they know how to get a hold of you. What are you going to offer them today? What are you going to offer them? Make sure they they call you. They reach out.
As you can tell, I like talking marketing. So certainly we're open to a free consultation for anybody talking about birthday marketing ideas. If you're not in the restaurant business or just general marketing ideas, somebody said you're a fire hose of marketing ideas, and I guess there are worse things to be called than that. So I'm happy to talk marketing if anybody wants to get a free consultation. I'm not a salesperson. What I do is I talk, and I want people to say, "Hey, can you do that for me?" And that's the kind of sales I do. I'll give you a whole bunch of ideas, and every once in a while somebody says, "Hey, can you do that for me?" I don't have time. Absolutely, I can do that for you.
Perfect. Well, before we sign off here, Leo, give us an example of a successful business that you've helped, so we can see some success in the hands down parts of it there.
I mean, if you're not to using marketing as not using birthdays as an example, my own business back in December of 2004. This was when I was in the get out of debt business, and I was looking for affiliates. And I went to a Dan Kennedy seminar, and I got two good ideas from that Dan Kennedy seminar that anybody can use in their business. The first idea was based on a company called Shed Shack or Shed Shop. They make sheds for backyards, and their entire marketing piece was just a booklet of pictures of people's sheds in their backyards and them raving about it. So that was their entire marketing, I guess, was just handing out these booklets of people happy with their purchase. And then the other idea I got that Dan Kennedy seminar in November of 2004 was having a contest to collect testimonials. Now, this is long before testimonials became important online or anything like that, meaning Google reviews and all that. So have a contest to collect reviews. And so the idea was to enter the contest, you have to give me a review. To increase the number of chances in the drawing, you have to, if you allow me to use your full name, you'll get more entries in the contest. If you allow me to use your city and state, you get more entries in the contest. If you allow me to use your picture, you get even more entries in the contest. And I came home and I did that. I ran that contest, and I got a lot of great reviews on my product at the time. And I put those all into a booklet. And on December 24th of 2004, I mailed 49 of those packages to people that I wanted to do business with, that I wanted to have as affiliates. So I was doing affiliate stuff back in 2004. If you're active on social media and TikTok, the affiliate stuff is everywhere, but I was doing it in 2004. So the day before Christmas in 2004, I sent 50, but one of them came back. So 50 FedEx packages or express mail packages to people that I thought would be good affiliates for my product. As a result of that one mailing of 49 packages, my income in 2005 was 6 times what it was in 2004. Now, I'd love to say my income has gone up 6 times every year since then, but it hasn't. But that one mailing I did, because everybody else looking for affiliates is just sending emails. I spent whatever, 49 times 10, $500 probably, mailing this information. You could do one at a time. You don't have to do 49 at a time, but I like doing big numbers because something always good seems to happen when I do big numbers. But because I did those two things, had the testimonial contest and put all those testimonials into a booklet, I was able to increase my income 6 times. So don't do what everybody else is doing. Do the opposite, and you'll often find success there.
Stand out in the crowd, right? Stand out.
Exactly.
Well, Leo, that was great today. We're going to bring this to a close. I want to thank you for coming and being a guest. I think you gave our listeners quite a lot of information. So then remember, everybody, reach out to thebirthdayguy.com.
That's it.
Reach out to him, get figured out, let him help you help yourself. So on that note, this is Lost Coast Podcast, and we're signing off, and we will see you all next time. Thank you so much. Bye.